Do you like jazz? Hey squad. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A where I answer all your questions. What do you have to ask me? Why am I doing voices? What is happening? They should diagnose me with normal. I'm so normal. You're not even ready for how normal I am. Check this shit out. I realized that I can use my phone camera, which is over there, but then make it appear on my monitor, which is here. So now I can see what you're seeing. Isn't that fun? Welcome to my Q&A. I'm gonna be... How the fuck does this song go? I'm gonna be answering your questions. Alright, first question. How did you get interested in music production and sound in general? Okay, well, have you heard of this video game called Minecraft? Anyway, yeah, the year was 2020. The Nether update had just released. I was placing blocks and shit because I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit because I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit because I'm in fucking Minecraft. Yeah, anyway, I was listening to Pig Step a lot. How does that shit go? Something like that, I don't know. Point is, that was a banger. I started listening to Volume Alpha again, and I was already a musician at that point, but that was where I was like, hang on. So you're telling me I can make music on a computer? And I booted up fucking GarageBand and never looked back. And now I'm a music producer. Alright squad, I switched to a wider camera because my head was cut off in the last clip. Anyway, ignore how messy the background is. I have a normal bedroom. I don't care. Anyway, next question. Favorite music/sound YouTuber? Okay. Music.py. Fucking music.py. Very cool YouTube channel. He's talking about connections between maths and music. But usually I kind of have a problem with people taking that approach because it's kind of boring. But he's actually bringing in like DSP and the details behind what's going on in music. I've just pressed a bunch of buttons on my piano. Hang on. Okay. Music.py. Really cool. Favorite albums of all time / first song you were obsessed with? Favorite albums. Okay, my favorite album. I don't know what my favorite album is. It's kind of oscillating between The Real Will Wood by Will Wood and the normal album by Will Wood. Either way, it's a Will Wood album. But they're good fucking albums. You get the idea. But some other albums. Honorable mentions, Man Bites Dog. What else do I like? Adderall. Minecraft Volume Alpha. The Doctor Who soundtrack. Oh yeah. First song you were ever obsessed with. I think that's gotta be I Am the Doctor from the Doctor Who Series 5 soundtrack by Murray Gold. It's the first song I ever learned to play on the piano. Probably not the best song to start with, but I made it work. Doctor Who soundtrack is so good. You've got music and you've got the story and they just... I don't know why I decided to describe that like that, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. Same goes for the Undertale soundtrack. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I like Doctor Who, by the way. What instruments do you play? I play this one. I play... Where's my trumpet? I'm gonna go get my trumpet. This microphone is not gain stage for trumpet playing right now, so this might sound shit. Can't even think of anything to play. I don't know. I use trumpet as kind of a tool in arranging. You know, it's a thing. It's a part of a song. You can't just play a solo thing on trumpet like you can with piano. Also, this is technically the thing I'm most qualified in. I have a level 4 diploma. I have the letters ARSM at the end of my name because I'm an associate of the Royal Schools of Music because I'm good at playing the trumpet. I'm gonna put this down. There's also a guitar behind me. I'm not good at playing it. Like, if I'm writing a song that needs a guitar part, I'll be able to strum some power chords, but, like, that's about it. I also play ukulele, but I don't actually... Oh, shit, there it is. Yeah. Do you like jazz? Well, that's a question. That really is a question. Because the short answer is yes. The long answer is no. I love, like, authentic jazz. Shit that's being made as a way of, as art, as artistic freedom in response to oppression. You know, that's what it's about. Like, the shit that was happening in New Orleans in the 20s, the stuff happening in the 60s with bebop, like, that's cool. I like that. That is cool. Those were the people who invented the word cool. But we don't really know a whole lot of what was going on in the 20s in New Orleans. Because recording was a new technology. And only some people had access to it. Only white people had access to it. So the stuff we can actually hear is bands that were imitating the authentic jazz to make money, and they don't sound good. Like, the original Dixieland jazz band was the first jazz band to be recorded, and it's just like, it's not good music. Like, I'm sure the people they were copying were good at what they were doing. And the thing is, like, usually when someone says they like jazz, they're talking about that 1930s big band swing era. I can't fucking stand that music because it's so sanitized. It's like, let's put this shit on a record and sell it to middle class man. Like, the whole showman aesthetic is something that actually disturbs me. It's like this uncanny valley type shit. I can't. I'm so put off by it. If I listen to one of those records, I am not going to be okay. I might as well just watch some deeply disturbing horror films. Like, that would make me feel better. You know, maybe that's not a normal reaction to jazz. Who are you most inspired by? Sophie, do you have a plan on making plugins or pure data patches? Yeah. I've been trying to make a plugin. It's hard. It's going to take a long time, but I really want it to be done. As for plug data patches, yeah, I have some that I could make available. I'm gonna do that. I have a Patreon, and it's free. I'm probably gonna set up a paid tier at some point soon, but right now you can just join it, and I put things on there sometimes. So get on there, and remind me to put my plug data patches on there, so you can download them for free. What is the third favorite sound you've ever managed to synthesize? Okay, I know what my first favorite is. And I know what my second favorite is. And I'm not going to tell you, because that's not what you asked. But third favorite. I don't know. Synthesize, digital synthesize. Oh. I don't know if I can tell you this, because it's an unreleased song. Maybe I don't want to spoil it. There are some drum sounds in there that I've made entirely in pure data. Like, everything in this song is digital, and most of the sound sources are generator objects in PD. And making, like, a drum kit out of that, it's just fucking... It's so fun. I made a kick that sounds exactly the same as those bonky tubes. You know what I mean? The bonky tubes. The wacky... The whack tube bonk things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. It sounds like that, which is... Well, I think that's cool. Do you do tutoring/coaching in any capacity? Currently no. But maybe. at some point. Would you guys want that? It's not something I'm gonna like go and set up tomorrow, but it's part of the long-term plan is to be doing that. So maybe in the future is what I'm saying. How's it going? Everyone always asks how's it's going, but no one ever asks who's it's going, and it's going yous. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so words just happened. I do say things, and that was a thing I just said. Recommend a mega underrated trans artist beside yourself. Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. If I come up with any more names while I'm editing this, I'm gonna make them appear now. Right here. Look at that. Look at all those people that I came up with while editing. Favorite music / sounds to listen to. All of it. Anything that's a sound. Put that in my ear holes now. I like music that's stimulating, that takes over your brain. That comes from a time when that comes from a time where like, I have this thing called Misophonia, which is not fun, and currently it's kind of manageable. I have earplugs. I know how to leave when things are bad, but for a long time it was not so manageable. And one of the ways of coping with that was to fill my head with noises I was in control over. Because when I'm listening to music on my own, in my bedroom with headphones on, there's a pause button. I can turn that shit off whenever I want. And after I just been exposed to noises in real life, for people who know, you know that you can't just get rid of them. When the noise stops, your brain is still trying to deal with the fact that you just had to listen to something. And the only way I was able to get that to go away was to just listen to really loud, overstimulating music. That's why I became so obsessed with Selfish by Will Wood. I actually had this video I always like to get up on my phone of the sound of a fork scraping against a metal plate. It's that type of fingernails on a chalkboard type shit that a lot of people are very uncomfortable with hearing because it's annoying. But like, annoying is bad, but like, for me a lot of sound was like actually painful, and an annoying sound to like flush that out was sometimes really good. What I'm saying is I like loud music. Hey, if there were two guys on the moon and one of them killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what? I'm gonna go with fucked up. Unless they had a good reason for it. You need a good reason if you wanna hit someone with a rock. So if you're ever gonna do that, do it with purpose. What am I saying? I don't condone rock beating. Unless you have a good reason for it. Preferred door? I don't know. FL Studio is cool because it's fun. There's a dancing anime girl, and it has Patcha, which is like the coolest shit. I've been making a ripoff of Bismuth in there, and it's really fun. Speaking of Bismuth. Logic. I like Logic, actually. No, I don't. What am I saying? Logic pisses me off, and I hate looking at it, and I don't enjoy seeing it. I'm currently recording this on Logic. Logic's really good for recording and mixing, but I just hate it. It's ugly. It doesn't feel authentic. It feels like it's pretending to be comfortable and friendly when it's really just a Pro Tools and a suit and tie. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What am I doing with my life? Can you please do more Vital tutorials? Yeah. I do want to make a point out of doing shit in Vital because so many tutorials online are just like serum, expensive plugins, and it's always just stuff you can do with free software. I've seen a lot of people getting into music production being like, okay, I'm gonna spend so much money on fancy software because that's what I see the pros using. It's like, you can just go on fucking GarageBand and use Vital, it's fine. What's your favorite Undertale / Deltarune character? Susie. Here's a picture of me dressed as Susie. I like Susie. When it goes like... How the fuck does it go again? There it is. Good shit. Good shit. The white pen of hope. The acts of justice. Yuri. Was there a personal mentality that you had that made you want to start posting your synth beats? I think I've just always wanted to do it. That was a big point of making music for me is... that was a terrible way of describing what I want to say. There are things inside a person, like myself, that feel more good when they're out. And words are not something I'm good at, as you can probably tell by the way I'm trying to explain this. But yeah, like, expression is really important to me, and music is sometimes the only way I can do that. Communication, that's what I'm saying. I make art because of communication. It's sometimes the easiest way to communicate. So I've always wanted my music to be heard by as many as people as possible, not just because I want attention, but because I want to, like, I don't want all of my feelings to just stay trapped inside me. So from the beginning, I wanted to make my music public. It's just finding people who actually want to listen to it is something that's only started to happen recently. Do you have suggestions on how to translate the sound in your head to creating own synth sound? Do you go backwards, like make the sound, then think how to use it in a song? I mean, it's a bit of both. A lot of the time I'll just be fucking around, and if I come up with something cool, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use that. But also, the more you do that, the more you get familiar with, oh, I do this thing, and it made that sound. And after doing that loads and loads of times for a very long time, eventually it's just going to be like, oh, I want to get this sound. Oh, hey, I actually know how to do that now. You know? Practice. You get better at things when you practice. Please make something of Celeste! Hey, you want to know something crazy? I already have. On my last album, there's a song called On the Climb, which, to be honest, the production quality on that song is not great because it's quite old. I made it a long time ago, but wanted to include it because I think it's a good song. I think it's one of my favorite songs that I've made. I mean, it makes references to a lot of video games, but it's mostly about Celeste. I mean, On the Climb. You know, I wonder what On the Climb might be a reference to. Writing this song was a big part of the recovery from some of my mental health issues. But yeah, music is good like that. I don't know. Celeste is a good fucking video game. I don't know. I think honestly, it's helped me with depression more than therapy did. I don't know if that says more about the game or about how shit medical treatment is in this country. Also very cool, very transgender. I like it. You should play Celeste if you haven't. Also, you should listen to my song On the Climb. How did you learn to play the keyboard? I think there's two answers to this. Because the first one is I had a really good teacher. I was learning classical piano in school. But at the same time, I was practicing a lot of things that I was not supposed to be practicing. Like, I started listening to Will Wood in, like, I think 2022-ish. And every day I would spend, like, an hour at the piano, not because I had to, but because, I don't know, hyperfixation does that to you. And I play Will Wood songs. I'd watch his live performances and just look at what his hands are doing. I was doing shit by ear. How many times have I said shit in this video? Why am I saying so many swear words? Why is it only shit? I should say other words. I should be more creative. Bitch. No, that felt forced. Yeah. And so, like, I was supposed to be practicing for my ABRSM graded exams, but I was not doing that. Spending, like, probably more than an hour every day doing it. And this is not out of discipline. I know people say you need to have, like, discipline and practice. You need to practice every day. And that's not something I can do. I was not practicing because I was following a schedule. I was doing it because of, like, a maladaptive hyperfixation. I was not focusing on my studies at school. My grades did not benefit from this. But I got good at playing the piano. What's your favorite drum synthesis method? Well, I really like making snares with like high feedback or like the coupler strong or like home filtering or chorus. Like, you know, the chorus effect on the Electron Mono Machine. I don't actually have one of those. I never used one, but anything that sounds like that is really fun. Stick a flanger on it, turn off the LFO, turn up the feedback. Yes. And it doesn't even sound like a snare drum. It just sounds like you brought a saucepan into the studio and whacked it. Which is another way that I like making snare sounds. Please recreate FL Transient Shaper in Ableton Rack. Does FL Studio have a Transient Shaper? I did not know that. Oh, wait, yeah. Transient Processor. I forgot that existed. If you want a free plugin that does a similar thing, I recommend Kilohertz Transient Shaper. Or just the Kilohertz free bundle. I've said it so many times and I'm gonna keep saying it. It's so good. You should get it. You should use it. It's cool. I like it. It's Kilohertz. Yeah. But yeah, I should be able to make that in Ableton as well. I guess. What would it be? Like the envelope follower? I think you have that in like the modulators. I think it's a Max for Live device. There's an envelope follower, and then you could just attach that to the gain, probably. Okay, look, if I manage to make that, you will see a YouTube short come out where I show it off, because that sounds like good content. The dolphin from the movie Flipper is dead. Good. I've never seen this movie, but thanks for telling me. This is very important information, I'm sure. Okay, gang. That was that. I did that. I need to go to sleep. I can't. I have assignments I have to do. Now. I'm gonna do that. Actually, I'm not. I need to edit this video. Thank you for 10,000 subscribers. Bye.